In this tutorial video, I will explain how you can create a distance sensor with your Arduino. Using the ultrasonic sensor, your Arduino will measure the distance of objects from the sensor and present the distance of the object on your LCD screen in both centimeters and inches. You will need an LCD, an ultrasonic sensor, an Arduino with an Arduino cable, a trim pot, a 220 ohm resistor, and a variety of jumper cables. A more detailed image and a full list of these components can be found at link 1 in the notes below. Please note the LCD must be soldered before being connected into a breadboard. If you are unfamiliar with resistor values, a 220 ohm resistor will have two red bands, a brown band, and a gold band. Connect the components exactly as shown in this diagram. This diagram can be found at link 2 below. The cables will need to be reasonably long to stretch from the breadboard to the Arduino. Be careful connecting the LCD receiver to the breadboard so that the pins aren't damaged, and make sure that they line up correctly with the corresponding wires. Also make sure that the trim pot is facing the right way. One side has two legs and the other side only one. It is also worth remembering that the breadboard has polarity, so it has positive sections as well as negative sections on both the top and the bottom. So when you check the schematic diagram, please be careful to ensure that you do not connect wires into the positive section which are meant to go into the negative section, or vice versa. You should remember that these sides flow horizontally and that these sides in the center flow vertically. You should also remember that there is actually no connection across the center of the breadboard. So if you want this side to connect to this side, you're actually going to have to connect them using either a lead or a component. If you are new to working with Arduino, it's important to note that the USB end of the cable goes directly into the computer and the other end of the cable goes into the Arduino. It's also necessary to download the Arduino IDE software. You can find it in the notes below. If your Arduino is functioning correctly, you should see this light turn on when it is connected. If you have already installed the IDE, then you should search for it using Finder if you're on a Mac OS. And once you open up the Arduino IDE, you want to make a new program. Once the Arduino is connected and the IDE open, make sure you select the name of the USB port it is plugged into. Click on Tools, go to Port, and find the number of the port you've plugged it into. Now, go back to the new script which you opened earlier. You can simply copy and paste the script from the document which I have provided at link 3 below this video. After that, if you have already connected your Arduino cable and chosen the correct port, then simply click Upload. If you have done everything correctly, you should see the LCD's distance reading change as you move your hand closer or further away. If, when you download the program, a message does not appear as it should appear, firstly, you should turn the trim pot, and sometimes this will make the screen more visible. You should also carefully check all the wires and components are connected exactly as they should be connected, and compare them closely to the diagram. You may also want to switch components. The Arduino itself, as well as the Arduino cables, can sometimes be the culprit, especially if components are old. Also check your components and jumper wires are in the correct ports of the Arduino. As an additional challenge, you might want to modify your device so that it uses two different sensors and displays a secret message only when two objects are held at exactly the right distance from each sensor. This makes for a great escape room puzzle. You can find the schematic diagram and script for the double ultrasonic secret message at links 5 and 6 below.